Hello, folks, and welcome back to our devotional for Monday, July 28th. Today we step into Psalm 94. My plan is to split this into two parts. If you were in church or watching the service, you might have heard me mention that Nick and I are going to be heading down to my mom and dad in North Carolina for some visitation time with them. And then, so we'll pause the devotionals for about a week after Tuesday, and then we'll kick back up. Psalm 94 is not particularly long, but it's going to lend itself well to splitting, and we'll get into a couple of different pieces with James Mace. A reminder that once we hit Psalm 90, we're now in book 4. The Psalms have felt very familiar coming out of that section, and I think 94 is going to feel pretty familiar to you as well. So, from the New Revised Standard Version, Psalm 94. O Lord, you God of vengeance, shine forth. Rise up, O Judge of the earth, give to the proud what they deserve. O Lord, how long shall the wicked exult? They pour out their arrogant words, all the evildoers boast. They crush your people, O Lord, and afflict your heritage. They kill the widow and the stranger, they murder the orphan. And they say, the Lord does not see, the God of Jacob does not perceive. Understand, O dullest of the people, fools, when will you be wise? He who planted the ear, does he not hear? He who formed the eye, does he not see? He who disciplines the nations, he who teaches knowledge to humankind, does he not chastise? The Lord knows our thoughts, and they are but an empty breath. The old dullest of people, Peterson is going to have some fun with, and yeah, we'll be sharing more on that later. From James L. Mays in his interpretation series commentary on the Psalms, Psalm 94, Vengeance is Mine, which is part of the familiarity. A quote, though the wrong seems oft so strong, God is the ruler yet. That line from the hymn, This Is My Father's World, is the theme of Psalm 94. The literary structure of the psalm has three principal parts. The first part is composed of an appeal to God to judge the wicked and a lament over their arrogance and wrongdoing. The second part pairs the rebuke to the foolish who do not reckon with God's judgment, with a commendation of those who hold to God's instruction in bad times out of trust in God's eventual justice. And we'll get into the third part a little later, but let me share this section. The psalmist has said a rebuke to the foolish and a beatitude commending faithfulness in the center of the elements of a prayer for help, which is one of the psalm forms we have seen. The purpose of the psalm is to encourage the people of God to trust in God's righteous judgment and to give them a prayer to appeal to God to vindicate God's rule. In essence, O Lord, let justice come, or for the famous, let justice roll down like streams of mercy. And Psalm 94 from Eugene Peterson. God, put an end to evil. Avenging God, show your colors. Judge of the earth, take your stand. Throw the book at the arrogant. God, the wicked get away with murder. How long will you let this go on? They brag and boast and crow about their crimes. They walk all over your people, God, exploit and abuse your precious people. They take out anyone who gets in their way. If they can't use them, they kill them. They think God isn't looking. Jacob's God is out to lunch. Well, think again, you idiots. Oh, Peterson. Let me do that again. Well, think again, you idiots. Fools. How long before you get smart? Do you think ear maker doesn't hear? Eye shaper doesn't see? Do you think the trainer of nations doesn't correct? The teacher of Adam doesn't know? God knows all right, knows your stupidity, sees your shallowness. Woo! Oh, and you, when I'm reading it, you might not be able to tell, but we've talked before about Peterson doing this thing in his translation where he is personifying it as like a name, ear maker. So we heard that part about he who planted the ear, and we're not talking about ear of corn, we're talking about human ear. Does he not see or does he not hear? And so he's using that as an ascription to God. So it's ear maker and eye shaper in there. Yeah, well, that and other cheery thoughts. So we'll be back tomorrow with the second part of Psalm 94. Some good stuff. And thank you so much for continuing to be a part of our devotional. God's blessings, and we'll see you later.